Hey friends, welcome back! In this video, we're going deep into a full study and productivity masterclass. We're talking about how to learn faster, remember more, stay focused longer, and make studying actually enjoyable. How to use flashcards like a pro without falling into the trap of rote memorization, how to build mental models that make facts easier to recall, why motivation is overrated, and what to use instead, my favorite techniques for avoiding distractions, how to take breaks that actually help you. The Pomodoro method, and my tweaks for making it better. Whether listening to music while studying is a good idea. Tips for keeping a healthy work-life balance during intense study seasons. And finally, how to make studying with friends productive instead of chaotic. This is based on years of experimenting with my own study habits, plus insights from books, research, and conversations with friends who've mastered their learning process. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get started. Let's start with flashcards. Anki is one of the most powerful learning tools out there, mainly because it uses active recall and spaced repetition, the two most effective evidence-based study methods. But there's a trap. If you only ever memorize isolated facts, your knowledge ends up scattered and disconnected. For example, if you're learning about atrial fibrillation, you could make one card for what's the first line treatment and another for what's the second line treatment. But if those cards are totally separate, you lose the reasoning chain that links them. You forget why one treatment comes before the other. Instead, think of a flashcard as a self-contained scenario that gives enough context to trigger your brain's understanding, not just regurgitation. So instead of splitting it into random fragments, you might make a single card. How would you manage paroxysmal atrial fibrillation? List first and second line treatments in order and why. That way, the answer naturally includes the logic behind the steps. The big idea here, Anki works best when cards aren't just loose facts. You want them to connect into a bigger mental model. By default, Anki asks you again 1 minute after a wrong answer, or 15 minutes after a correct one. That's fine for cramming, but not great for true retention. Here's how I've changed it. No 1 minute intervals. If I get something wrong, I see it again after 15 minutes. Enough time to make my brain really work to recall it. If I get it right, the next interval is 1.5 days, then 7 days, then 28 days. Only when I can recall something after 28 days do I consider it truly learned. Why? Because that 28-day milestone forces your brain to store it long-term instead of leaning on short-term familiarity. And this approach also stops the review loop problem, where you keep seeing the same card endlessly because you made one mistake. I split my decks into subject-specific subdecks. Example, Sounds deck. Cardiac and respiratory audio clips for recognition, neuro, psychiatry, cardio, and renal. Others for ethics, law, internal medicine, etc. When I'm focusing on a topic, say renal physiology, I'll unsuspend those cards, move them into a temporary deck, and go all in on that topic. When I'm done, I move them back into the master deck for long-term review. This gives me the best of both worlds. Focused deep dives for new topics, mixed reviews for strengthening old ones. I use pre-made decks like Zanki, based on Pathoma and USML First Aid, but I edit heavily. If I see a card I don't fully understand, I'll research it, sometimes spending hours digging through textbooks or articles, and then rewrite the card in my own words with added detail. Yes, it takes longer up front, but once you truly understand it, the whole subject clicks into place. Here's the thing. Motivation is just the desire to do something, but most of the important things in life, studying, working out, doing deep work, aren't always enjoyable in the short term. If you wait to feel motivated before doing them, you'll wait forever. Instead, focus on discipline, doing the thing regardless of how you feel. Think about it. You don't need motivation to binge Netflix, but you think you need it to study or exercise. Why? Because the reward is far away and the effort is now. Discipline bridges that gap. One trick, make the task more pleasant. Study in a cozy cafe, clean your desk, play soft music, or make not doing it unpleasant. Give a friend $100 to keep unless you go to the gym. Both hack your brain's decision-making. Distraction killer number 1. Deal with your phone. Put it on. Do not disturb, keep it face down, in a bag, or even in another room. Add friction. Uninstall distracting apps or bury them deep in folders. Use grayscale mode to make your phone less appealing. Distraction killer number 2. Enjoy the work. When you're in a flow state, time disappears and your urge to check your phone drops. The classic Pomodoro. 25 minutes work, 5 minutes break. After 4 cycles, take a longer 20 to 30 minute break. It's great for boring tasks you want to get through, studying with friends in sync, but I've modified it. If I'm really in the zone, I'll go 40 to 50 minutes before a break. The key is, use it as a tool, not a prison. If you need an extra 5 minutes to finish your thought, take it. Science says lyrics and music compete with your brain's language processing, bad for reading or writing tasks. Instrumentals are better, silence is best. But studying in silence can feel dull. My compromise: instrumental background music or ambient sounds like cafe noise or rain to keep me in a rhythm without interfering with comprehension. Your physical and mental health come first. Some rules I follow: no studying in bed or my chill zones. Separate work from rest. Keep exercising, even during exam weeks. Eat decent food instead of defaulting to takeout. It's okay to have intense crunch weeks, but balance them with recovery afterward. Studying with friends can either be the most productive and fun way to work or a total distraction fest. Tips: pick motivated friends. Have a leader/timekeeper. Use Pomodoro cycles together. If studying the same material, give silent thinking time before discussing answers so everyone uses active recall. This way, you get social energy without losing focus. So, we've covered everything from structuring your flashcards for understanding, to why discipline beats motivation, to killing distractions, to using Pomodoro wisely, to balancing study and life, to making group sessions work. If you put even one or two of these ideas into practice, you'll study more efficiently, remember more, and maybe even enjoy the process. Thanks for hanging out with me for this deep dive, and I'll see you in the next one.